Rightio, welcome back to another Procrastinator's Math Rescue worksheet number 8. Hope you're enjoying your Sunday night. It's 9 o'clock when I'm doing this, so hopefully someone appreciates it. So again, all questions have been taken from Manly Campus, Northern Beaches Secondary College 2020 paper. All right, look, on mostly model choice this one. Just found some interesting ones that I want to do, so we're going to go through them. Okay, so military in Australia is organised in ranks such as private or sergeant. What sort of data is represented by these? Okay, so if you don't know um, these ones, ordinal and nominal order, so both these come under categorical. Okay, so both these are categorical data. Okay, categorical data has two things, ordinal and nominal. Okay, ordinal means there is a natural order. Okay, so when we talk about categorical data, I might talk about redheads in terms of heads, blondes, brunettes, whatever, black. Okay, there's no natural order there. Okay, so because there's no natural order, we're going to refer to that as nominal. Okay, so nominal, there is no order. There's categories, but there is no order. Okay, ordinal, on the other hand, suggests that there is some sort of order. And this might be, you might have categories such as who come in first place, second place, third place. You might do a survey and you might have, when you do a survey, you have to rate something like good, fair, and terrible. Okay, that has an order, that has a natural order. Okay, so since we are talking about categories of people in a ranks, and this is probably the giveaways the rank. Okay, we're going to suggest that this is ordinal. Why? Because there is an order to these categories, and the order goes in the rank from private up to general. So we'll call the first one A or 2A. Just check our answer. Hey, we got it right. In 1903, the fastest recorded speed on a motorbike was 103 k's per hour. Express this as a rate in meters per second. Okay, when I'm doing this one, 100 kilometers per hour, I like to write as 103 kilometers over 1 hour. Okay, and what I'm trying to get to is something as a meter, some sort of meters per 1 second. Okay, so what do we have to do to get from one to the other? And so what I like to do is convert from hours into I like to convert these as a fraction, and this is how I do it. Meters per second. I'm going to convert the top to meters. I'm going to multiply that by 1,000 because in a kilometer there's 1,000 meters. Okay, and then underneath, I'm going to turn this into hours, into seconds. Sorry, and I times it by 60 to take it to minutes, and times it by 60 again to take it to seconds. Okay, so what does that leave you with? So it's like 1,003, then 3 zeros, and it's going to be over 336 with 2 zeros. Okay, when you do this division, it's like how many 3,600s go in there, and that gives you that 1 second on the bottom, which I was talking about. So it's going to give you some sort of meters for 1 second, and that's where it comes from. And when you do it in trusty calculator, and I've just did this one before, and have I still got my answer? Hey, I did 103 over 1,000 times that. Hit my degrees minute second, my S to D button, 28.6, and there is my one for that one. Good old surface area. Surface area of this shape. Okay, surface area is on your formula sheet, is one of the ones for the formula. Okay, surface area of a cylinder is called 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. Okay, this part is the curved part, and this is for two ends, or we like to say closed cylinder. Okay, this doesn't suggest that it's open or closed, so we're going to assume that's closed. If it was indeed open, they would say something like that. But for me, when they're saying this is a solid shape, there would be no real top and bottom, so you'd include it as just being a closed cylinder. Okay, if it was a single, if this was more like a tube where there was one end on it, you just take the two off because you only got to account for one of these circles up top or bottom. And if it's what's called a pipe where there is no top or bottom, get rid of that as well. Okay, so you've got 2 pi r squared. Make sure you know that one because a lot of students, for some reason, it's on your formula sheet, but they don't bother to use it. Other thing we've got to realize is we're talking radius, so we just have to halve that as well. So that's 2.5, 2.9. All right, so let's put in a calculator. And we're going to say 2 pi. Oh, I probably should put times. Yeah, I like putting times. Don't think you have to, but I just like to do it. Times 2.9 squared plus 2 times pi times 2.9 times my height, 18.2. Okay, 384.47. There it is. Okay, so it can be deceiving sometimes, particularly with multiple choice. That if I had it dropped, and I might even try it, if I drop the first part off, or I drop the 2 at the front, I dare say that answer is still there. They like to do stuff like that. Oh no, okay. Or the other one I thought, just to try it, might have been if there was no ends on it at all. Open. No, there you go. All right. Prove me wrong, why don't you? All right. So let's keep going. Oh, credit cards. We haven't done credit cards for a while. Jenna's credit card with daily limit, daily compound interest rate of 0.034%. The card has an interest-free period of 60 days. 75 days ago, Jenna made a purchase for the 950, and she has not made any purchases or payments on the credit card. What's the minimum amount of interest? Okay, the minimum amount of interest we're going to pay. So credit cards, interest-free days, how many extra days do we have? So we've got 60. So we have to first off go 60 minus the 15. So 60 minus 75 minus 60 gives us the 15, so 15 days. And the nice thing that this has already done for us is change that into a daily rate. So we're going to use the compound interest formula. So we're going to say A is equal to 950 bracket 1 plus my rate, which is okay because they've changed it to a daily rate and to the power of 15. Okay, when you use the compound interest formula, this is going to give me the 950 plus the interest, which I don't, in this case, I don't want. So we're going to have to subtract 950 from our answer. And so we're going to go 950 1 plus 0.034%. To the power of 15 is because this percentage is a daily percentage, and credit cards is normally a daily interest. Okay, and so there's our 954, and we're going to minus our 950. So it should be $4.86. Very good. Double check your answer. 14 was A. Yay, look at us go. Killing it. All right. Angles of elevation and depression. Again, another one of those ones we haven't talked about for a while. Which pronoun represents the angle of depression from the man to the dog? Okay, so angle of depression is angle of depression. I might draw on this one. Okay, so angle of depression is always from the horizontal going down. So if I was using the bird, for example, to the man, the angle of depression is here. But using our alternate angles, so going back to our Year 7 work, they form these Z shapes. And if you can remember this, that the angle of elevation is always equal to the angle of depression, that these two angles are the same. So if you remember back to this old stuff, hey, if that's 60 degrees, that's 60 degrees. So what that's saying is, and notice that like this is my horizontal, and here again is another horizontal, and we've got this line cutting it. Okay, so in our actual question, the one we are looking for is here we have man and the dog. Okay, but here's my horizontal. Here's one of them. Here's the other one. Okay, and so the actual angle of depression is the angle from the horizontal down. So this angle in here. So our answer there is B. Okay. And someone's going to say, why'd you do it out of order? It just didn't fit with the other ones. So apologies for anyone that's sitting there going, EuroCDs, going Burko. I do think I went down here and did another one. Oh, no, I didn't. It was only just this one. Okay, going back to different types of functions. Which of the following graphs could represent y equals x squared plus 2? Okay, so very quickly, you do need to know, we did a couple. You said y is equal to x cubed. That one actually looks like an S shape. Okay, so if you can know these base shapes, you can rule a couple out straight away. So that's why, and this plus and minus at the end just shifts it up and down. So y equals x cubed plus 1 would look like that, and to go through the 1. So that'd be y is equal to x cubed plus 1. All right, so that rules out that one, and also rules out this one. Okay, you should also know that the squared one, how long have I got? Oh, about 90 seconds. Okay, so y is equal to x squared is a U shape, like this. Okay, so that is the only two options left. But the same thing as before, this 2 just shifts it up. Okay, so the answer is D. And how I can actually check my answer, I can substitute my values in to the formula and get the right thing. So if I look at this one, and this is my x, and this is my y. Okay, so if I say, does 2, because I got 2 from this point here, and I'm using this formula, does 2 equal 0 squared plus 2? And the answer there is yes, indeed, 2 is equal to 2. So that is my formula. Okay, if I had to use this one over here, I'll do it in red. So this is my x and this is my y. This would say that 0 is equal to 2 squared plus 2. So does 0 equal 6? And the answer is no, it doesn't. All right, so I've got one more question to go, and I don't have enough time to do this one. So I'll see you in the next episode or the next recording.